Secretary of State, Lord Andrew Abdes, High Commissioner Nalish Puri, Mr. Mohan Kaur, Chanti Banerjee, Mr. Sanjoy Chatterjee, distinguished participants in today's infrastructure program. I'm delighted to be here in this building, in this hall, where I have been many times before. And when I look at the magnificence of this hall, I just wonder if the British, before they left India, should have left more of these structures behind for us. There are some, but we would have preferred this. Last night I was in the town hall, so-called town hall, and at a program, and I said this there that I wish we had such town hall. The British did build the rail network. They built many magnificent buildings, but not the town hall, and not this one White Hall. So I'm delighted to be back here again. Now, for the last, I started yesterday morning. That's one day, 24 hours, talking about roads and infrastructure. And if I said that we're going to do 20 kilometers a day, so one day over, it means 20 kilometers. These days, I count my days and hours in terms of kilometers, not in hours, since we set this target of 20 kilometers a day. But as we move on in India, and as Andrew said, that India is on a growth trajectory, we are moving along, and with enormous challenges. We will have a growth this year, in 2010 of 8%, in 2011 of 9%. That's what we are targeting. And as India grows, we have different kinds of challenges. When I'm here in London and Europe, we look at the challenges here. We look at the challenges which the Western world faces in the financial system. We have different kinds of challenges. We did not have a financial crisis. Our bankers never understood fantasy finance, and we rode over all these crises, and it's because India followed its own India-specific model. The India-specific model of reforms when we embarked on it, which was led by the then Finance Minister and our present Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh. We embarked 16 years behind China. The many times this question is raised about China, why is China is doing this and India doing it. We started 16 years behind China in our reforms process. And in our reforms process, we calibrated in an India-specific manner. We didn't follow what was happening in Central and South America. We did not follow what was happening in East Asia. It had to be a very India-specific model of trade and investment, so that our industry, our institutions could absorb the reforms which we were embarking upon. And looking back, it has been one of the most successful reforms we've had, because today we are the fastest growing free market economy in the world. But with huge challenges in a complex country, in a country which is a vibrant democracy, and it's just not enough to be a vibrant democracy. We have to be a democracy which can transform the nation. A nation of 300 million people, less than $1 a day. 400 million people at $2 a day. So these are the challenges we face, not merely of attaining growth, but of managing growth. Growth, and I keep repeating this, growth which touches all sections of society, which is across the country, touches all parts of the country, whether it's northern India, northeastern India, southern India, our border areas. We have to have growth which touches all sections of society. And as the largest aspirational society on this planet, India, with a young age profile, it is that young age profile which makes us the largest aspirational society in the world, with 480 million people in the age group of 18 to 35 who are looking for a better way of life. So as a very large aspirational society, it's a great challenge to government, And in this chart, one of the biggest deficits we have is our infrastructure deficit. The infrastructure deficit, which is, everybody knows about it, whether it's roads, ports, airports, power, it's a huge infrastructure deficit we have, and if we have to continue in our growth process, this deficit has to be bridged. India has shown to the world its intellectual and entrepreneurial abilities. India is the largest producer of entrepreneurs in the world. We have entrepreneurs in rural India, and some of our the biggest names in India, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, were in no list, were not in the Forbes list, was not in any list. And it is this first generation of entrepreneurs in India, not only at a national level, but at a district level.